Today, let's talk about soul contracts, something that I haven't talked much about. But before we begin, let's slow this down. If you're able, place your feet on the floor and just notice the weight of your body where you're sitting. Take a slow breath in through your nose and let it out gently through your mouth. No fixing, no trying to get anywhere. Just be, just arriving. Take one more breath, a little deeper this time, and let your shoulders just drop as you exhale. You don't need answers right now, and you don't need clarity, just presence. And when you're ready, we'll begin. I want to talk about soul contracts, but not in the way you usually hear it explained. Because if you're anything like most people I talk to, the question doesn't feel mystical. It feels heavy. It sounds like, I know I came here for something, or I feel it in my body, but I don't know what it is, and I'm scared I'm missing it. So let me say this right away. You are not behind, you are not failing, and your soul contract is not hidden from you. It's already happening. Most people think a soul contract is something you're supposed to remember, like a forgotten agreement you made before you were born. But that ideal actually causes a lot of suffering, because it makes you feel like you're supposed to figure something out instead of live something through. A soul contract isn't a role, it's not a job title, and it's not healer or teacher or anything like that. A soul contract is an agreement to grow through certain experiences, certain emotional terrain, certain patterns, certain moments where you're asked to respond differently than you used to. And this is the part that's uncomfortable but important. Your soul contract often looks like the thing you wish you would stop happening. The relationship pattern that keeps repeating, the fear that shows up right when you think you've outgrown it, the moment where you know truth and feel how hard it would be to live it. That's not punishment. That's the work. People ask why they can't remember their soul contract clearly, why it doesn't just download all at once. And honestly, because if you remembered it all at once, you'd rush it. You'd try to do it right. You'd turn it into something you perform instead of something you embody. The forgetting is intentional. You don't remember your soul contract like a memory. You recognize it through repetition, through the same lesson showing up again and again, through the same choice appearing in a slightly different form, and through that quiet realization of, oh, this is where I usually abandon myself. And that's not failure, that's awareness. If you're wondering whether you're already living inside your soul contract, you probably are. It shows up in patterns that don't disappear just because you don't understand them. Insight alone doesn't resolve soul level lessons. Presence does. It shows up in small moments of integrity, not dramatic crossroads, everyday ones. Do you speak when it would be easier to stay quiet? Do you choose yourself when no one else is watching? Do you stay present instead of numbing out? And it shows up in pull towards honesty that costs you comfort. Your soul contract doesn't care how spiritual you look. It cares how truthful you live. So if you're trying to remember your soul contract, I want to offer you a gentler question. Instead of asking, what am I here to do? Ask, what keeps asking me to grow, even when I resist? What lesson feels unfinished? What truth have you been circling for years, and where do you still go numb instead of present? That's not a mistake, and that's the doorway. And here's what I really want you to hear before we close. You cannot fail your soul contract. You can delay listening, but you cannot run it. It's patient, it's steady, and it will meet you exactly where you are. It doesn't need urgency. It doesn't need perfection. It just needs honesty. Please just sit with that for a moment. And when you're ready, we'll keep walking through this together. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. And if this resonates, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend that could use this situation and just keep this message going. Thank you so much.